Hey, what's up, everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to get hit with the truth. So today we are doing the Pacheco versus Sulecki DAZN recap, as we're going to recap this super middleweight showdown that took place on August 31st, as it featured undefeated Diego Pacheco versus former world title challenger Maciej Sulecki. Now, before we get into that, if you could smash the like button, leave a comment, or subscribe to the channel, I really do appreciate any and all support that I can get as I continue to build my channel here. So this fight was, this was how do I say it? Nobody should be surprised that Pacheco won this fight. I mean, he was the odds-on favorite. He's a fast, he's a rising star. He's young. He was the naturally bigger super middleweight, bigger fighter. Sulecki's best days were fought at middleweight. So it shouldn't come as a surprise that he got the victory, but as I said in the preview, was that I didn't feel like he had that big signature win yet, and he still doesn't if you really look at it. Sulecki was a guy coming into the fight who hadn't been in a big fight against a legitimate fighter since he fought and lost to Demetrius Andrade in his lone title fight. So, it was, and that was way back in 2019, I think. So, for anybody to think that that Sulecki was like, this was the best Sulecki that we've seen, they're wrong. But, Pacheco's fought a couple former world title challengers. I think there was a couple at least in there. No, there was one. It was Cosetis was the other one, who had fought Billy Joe Saunders tough a few years ago for the WBO super middleweight title. And, he struggled a bit with Cosetis before stopping him late in the fight. And this one, Sulecki was landing some good shots in the first couple rounds. He was in the fight, but Pacheco was just wearing him, was just figuring him out, and he started to land, and he started to land flush. That uppercut was there. He was hitting with the uppercut and the body shots, and that ended up being the difference. That left to the liver just crumpled Maciej Sulecki, and I believe it was the sixth round. And, Diego Pacheco stays undefeated. So this was the kind of quote-unquote dominant performance that he needed right here. And it happened at a perfect time because he's ranked, I think, #1 in the WBO right now. So that really elevated him. Now, does he get a crack at Canelo? They were even saying afterwards, like, he's about 2 fights away from a Canelo showdown. And I don't think he's in the Canelo sweepstakes right now. But this was a good-ass win. It was a good win that he needed. It's not really going to separate him too much in terms of believing that he's ready for that elite level. But going in against a former world title challenger who hadn't fought in a big fight in, roughly 5 years, this was the kind of win he needed against that guy. And he got it, and it was a brutal fucking knockout, body shot knockout, brutal one. Sulecki could not get up, and he hunched over, curled up like a cat. It was a fucking vicious shot, and this was a good win. So Pacheco makes a statement, a nice win. He stays undefeated, and now we're going to see what he does going forward. So I'll be doing a what's next video on Pacheco, hopefully later this week. We'll see, latest next week. But this was a good win, and Pacheco, like I said, really needed it. It was a good time for it. Maciej Sulecki, he's not that guy, and he's not going to be a threat at super middleweight. Especially a loss like this, we don't know what's going to happen. Maybe he retires, hangs him up. Maybe he becomes the consummate gatekeeper now following this loss, So he did perform well early on, but he just couldn't keep up with the younger, fresher, and stronger Diego Pacheco. So, we'll see what happens with him moving forward. But nice one for Pacheco. And that's it. That's what I got. So that's my Pacheco versus Sulecki DAZN recap from August 31st. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button, leave a comment, or subscribe to the channel. I appreciate any and all support. This is True Boxing. You've been hit with the truth.